So we continue now. We have covered remedies for moon, the ninth from the moon, and for the moon sign itself, that is specifically the Shubhapati or the Nakshatrapati. If they are afflicted, then what remedies we got to do. And now we continue further, as Guruji will take it forward.
So before I say the next thing, which I want to really weigh in on as being our big focal point for today, I want to speak about how that we've done first from moon and ninth from moon here. And I have more to say about first from moon. I have a lot more to say, which is what we're going to spend most of our time with. But it would be amiss if I did not have a careful mention of the third from the moon. Because this third from the moon affects many people as they age. All right? And that means you may be well functioning, you have security, but when the third from moon gets into problems, it starts causing issues to, let's say, how you age. For example, a very important topic for both men and women are the topics of, for women, menopause, and most importantly, not menopause itself, but perimenopause, before they reach menopause. The transition from being of an age of fertility to the time of moving to the stage of menopause where the period stops, that for some women can be very, very stressful. All right? And it even has an after effect on old age. That the extent to which this is easy or hard is in third from moon. People underestimate what this means for being a man. Man go through andropause, and that can be very difficult if suddenly they completely lose their both their virility, their interest in life. The men can go through a very distinct form of pessimism due to that. They get very bitter, so it becomes very moody. And women go through a very similar situation, and that's also seen in the third from moon. So it would be amiss if I didn't say anything about this. I add to this in that the third from moon is also important to understand the person's need for rest. How much rest do they need? How much time do they need to take time off for them to feel rested and feel as if they can partake in the world, without which these issues with menopause, andropause actually get more accentuated in a negative way, negatively accentuated. So now you've learned three houses: first, ninth, third from moon. These are quite important houses to reckon in the chart to understand the level of stability, but from different perspectives. First from moon to get started on life. Ninth from moon to get secure in life. Third from moon to feel that security also with the self and body as they age. Okay? So these are kind of where we are at, those three.
Yeah, sounds good, Guruji. Yeah.
There are so many other things we could do with the moon. Seventh from moon. When are you satisfied relationship-wise? Okay? When do you feel that you've become comfortable in a relationship? Seventh from moon. Okay? Fifth from moon. When do you think you have gotten your personal skills? All right? What is that personal skill? Shubhapati itself. Wow. What is your skill you are born with? You are naturally born with a skill from Shubhapati. You have it. Okay? For example, if Shubhapati is in Mercury sign, you have the gift of the gab. You can keep speaking. You don't have to stop. You can keep speaking, keep speaking. Moon in Mercury sign. You don't ever have to stop. It's the blessing of Mercury. You can keep speaking. Jupiter is Shubhapati. You can hold a huge amount of information on your mind, like a storage space. All right? So imagine the complexity of if Shubhapati is Mercury joined Jupiter. They can keep speaking and they have this huge amount of knowledge to speak about. They don't ever stop. Because there's a huge storage space. They never lack information to speak about. All right? Or if Shubhapati is Venus, the power of the eyes. They can look and they can see. They see all the details. All the small details they catch. They're the ones who should be fashion experts. They should be they should be the ones making illustrations, images, photography. They have that skill. Jyotishas are also good if Shubhapati is Venus because they have the power to see the chart and its details and they won't miss anything. All right? Whereas you want the priest to have Shubhapati Mercury, they can keep praying. Hmm. Yes.
It's
If Shubhapati is Sun, then you have this thing where you can really understand character in a person. You can really understand a person's character. You can look at them and know, okay, this person is this character, that person is that character. You're a good judge of character, Shubhapati Sun. Shubhapati Moon. Now, that means Moon is in own sign now, right? In Cancer. So they have two skills. One is that they can understand the minds of people very well. It's that one skill. But they also have Shukra skill, which means great eyes, all right? Great eye for detail.
so
Did
they
we
can be
cover
good
almost all
psychiatrists
but
with
Saturn?
moon as Shupati. They can be good in psychiatry, psychology. That
Excellent in psychiatry. Yes, they're the ones. They will truly understand the minds of others. Mhm. And now, if the Shubhapati is Saturn, very good at carrying difficult burdens. You could argue they might be good at psychiatry as well because they can carry problems very well. Okay? They manage sorrow very well. Mhm. Yes. This also means a great guru because they can handle difficult problems, difficult issues, to handle karma very well. Yes. These are the various Shubhapatis. They give great skills. I want to lean a bit more into Shubhapati, however. Okay? You have a natural ability of Shubhapati. Go for it if you can. If you can make it a profession, wow, lucky you. Lucky you. Because you will never be able to lack the strength to do that. The strongest planet in the sky is the fastest one. And from our perspective, that is the moon. So the moon is the strongest. What is that skill that the moon is carrying which is the strongest? Your Shubhapati. That makes you the strongest. You are unbeatable in that. Okay? Now, now, let's lean a bit more into the Shubhapati. The moon is a very social graha. Some people, some text will say moon has no enemies. Everybody is a friend of the moon. So moon must be the most sociable, right? Now, essentially, at the end of the day, this Shubhapati is an attempt to connect with people. At the end of the day, this is your attempt to connect with people. Mhm. So if the Shubhapati becomes negative, you are having a disconnect with people. Mhm. Converse to the Nakshatrapati. Shubhapati can make you not wish to interact with people if it is negative. All right? So now, when you see a chart of a person who is having a problem with the Shubhapati, you can now give about 2, 3, or 4 predictions. Number one, there could be some lack of resilience in them. Number two, they have difficulty connecting with people. Number three, the skill they have is not coming to fore. Okay? They might lack the skill that is necessary for them to connect with people. If Mercury is Shubhapati, the gift is the gift of the gab. They can talk. If they cannot talk, they cannot connect with people. Okay?
severe liability for them in a way,
It
I
causes
think.
a very big liability. All right? So because if one drops, the other one is also dropping. So this Shubhapati is giving a skill. The skill is used in society, and in society you're connecting with people. But if you're not able to connect, we are in trouble, right? And then the skill also starts lacking. It's you're using it to connect with people. Are you the quiet one in the room who's holding in a lot of knowledge? Oh, your Shubhapati is Jupiter. You wait till the right time and then you say it. You don't have to say everything, just a small portion. They say, oh, you're so knowledgeable. How did you know that? You wait for that other person to finish their speaking. You're waiting for Shubhapati Mercury to finish speaking, and then you say the real thing with your Shubhapati Jupiter. This is the real thing. You didn't speak for a long time. You spoke 2 seconds, and that was it. That person had nothing more to say. Okay? You defeated Shubhapati Mercury because with your Shubhapati Jupiter. A big man, big brain. Mm-hmm. So that is what you're using to connect, and then people praise you for that knowledge, but they praise the person who spoke for that long and say, "Oh, that person's a great speaker." Okay, they praise the Shubhapati Mars for having great strength, but what if that strength is not there? Mhm. All right, well, it means that Mars became weak. Let's say, all right. Maybe you are like Iyengar, completely weak body. Your Shubhapati is Mars Nietzsche. And you decide to go to your Guru Krishnamacharya, who's actually your brother in law, and learn yoga so your body could become strong because it was so weak. And then you learned yoga, and your entire profession became that. And you became world famous. Iyengar, Shubhapati Mars Nietzsche. All
Wow.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So he had a problem. He had to solve it. He went and solved it. And it actually became a strength. His weakness became a strength. He got Nietzsche Banga. Okay? But it is a method of connecting with the world. Your Shubhapati, therefore, can give you fame when strong. And when weak, you're actually having a problem connecting to people, and this affects the mind, it affects everything. Everything is affected. So it's of high value for us to know what is the Shubhapati Graha, because it is weighing very heavily on your chart vis-a-vis what is your social connect. Mhm.
So the way I see it is, it's a very straightforward, easy pointer. If I know someone's Shubhapati is Mars and they come across as weak, not able to protect themselves or others, then there's definitely a problem in their life.
Mhm.
And that is the first thing to be remedied.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, the slight difference in this understanding is if a graha joins the moon,
Mm,
then that will be the social connect instead of the Shubhapati.
mm,
Okay? And this gets very complicated if multiple grahas join the moon. Then you're trying to figure out which of them is causing the social connect. It'll be the stronger. All right? So that's that slight difference where we say, oh, you can also have a social connect from a graha joining the moon. All right? That doesn't mean the Shubhapati lost its ability, but it means the other grahas are also giving a connection. Okay? Now we get into a strange situation. If multiple grahas join the moon, you are having multiple social connections or ways of connecting socially. And that is starting to become a bit complicated. All right? Because now you also have multiple places where you can have drawbacks, multiple places where there are potential setbacks for the mind to experience, and therefore a social disconnect. Mhm. So we want to know that which is having a link to the moon. And if there are too many linked to the moon, we are experiencing a lot of what is called kumana. All right?
okay.
You're experiencing more kumana. More grahas means more kumana. Now, this is how my Guruji teaches it. He will say, okay, take the lordship of grahas joining the moon. Those topics occupy your mind a lot. Ninth Lord join moon, father occupies your mind a lot. Sixth Lord join moon, you're always thinking about the enemy or disease or illness. Fourth Lord join moon, mom occupies your mind a lot. Mom's problems occupy your mind a lot. If you get involved in those problems, you will be in a constant state of flux trying to deal with those problems. Even if that person has dealt with the problems, you're still dealing with it. They have already dealt with it. You're occupied with that. Okay? Your mind is very deeply affected by grahas joining the moon and the lordship of those grahas, technically, more specifically. Mhm. So that is something that becomes priority in reading a chart. All right? But this is not the same exactly as your social connect. Now, we're getting to something advanced. This is getting complicated, right? More planets, more lordships. Mind is in a state of flux. All right? You want to remedy planets joining the moon because they are causing the mind to be in a problem. If you have a muhurta, you want it to be free of moon's junctions to the moon, because otherwise that muhurta is being occupied with other topics. Okay, you're not able to focus. Your mind is not able to focus. Best case scenario, moon is not joined in your birth chart, is not joined in muhurtas. Your mind can focus. Okay,
Mm.
that is the best case scenario. Mhm. And I think for me to say the next thing, we should take a small break.
Okay.